J.J. Abrams has proved one thing with his 2009 reboot of Star Trek, it's that he has a knack for making even the most convoluted fictional lore accessible. He made Star Trek cool for a new generation, while, for the most part, appeasing fans of the series. With Star Trek Into Darkness, Abrams doesn't quite repeat this trick, but does manage to solidify Star Trek as one of our most palatable blockbuster franchises moving forward. After a breathless opening sequence, the film's narrative spine is quickly established, and you need not look too far from the first film to grasp it. Kirk's renegade ways return, Spock is still conflicted between his emotional and logical self, and Starfleet still can't shape them into a perfect crew. And so it goes on forever, until the arrival of John Harrison, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, which sets in motion a series of events beginning with an apparent terrorist attack on a futuristic London, and ending, unsurprisingly, in deep space. But it is with Harrison that the film truly ignites. The narrative weaves around him, teasing us with his ambiguous loyalties and indeed his ambiguous identity. It is he who provides the gravitas, tempering the film's cheesy humor and lending it its brutality. Chris Pine is back at his most endearing, still roguish, still young, but bearing much more emotional weight as Captain Kirk this time round. Zachary Quinto's Spock is once again the soulful figurehead of the series, remaining charmingly clueless of the very human histrionics happening around him, while contending with both of the film's central relationships. Unfortunately, the rest of the cast tend to fade into the background. Only Simon Pegg's Scotty maintains any real relevancy, with a small yet delightful subplot of his own. That Into Darkness still has a tendency to warp its own logic remains a problem. While plot holes can be forgiven when Abrams is hurtling his audience through space at breakneck speed, the final act descends into the sort of fan service that throws the arbitrary nature of certain narrative decisions into much harsher relief. Those hoping for a more cerebral experience this time around then may leave disappointed. The right themes are all here, notes of friendship and of family, but it's big, broad, digestible stuff with little nuance to speak of. For many, this won't matter. Star Trek Into Darkness is a hell of a lot of fun, maintaining such constant velocity that by the time you've half-formed a criticism in your head, it's swept away by the next audacious plot twist. Ultimately, it's still a cool and hip Star Trek for a new generation. It just runs the risk of isolating the fan base that loved it so much in the first place. IGN gives Star Trek Into Darkness an 8.